The Dyatlov Pass incident is one of the most famous mysteries. The story has been shared for years, with people putting forward their own theories for what happened. As of right now though, officials have said that it's been explained, and that what happened was the hikers got stuck in a flash avalanche. Russian officials revealed a new report a few months back, saying that scientists from the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology used state-of-the-art technology and created computer models, and this helped them prove their theory. Scientists said that what actually happened was an unusual avalanche, and this was the cause of their demise. With this report being released, in many people's minds one of the most captivating mysteries came to an end. Not everyone believes this story though, and says that there's still many details that were left out of the report, and that they still haven't been answered. For those who don't know about the event, the Dyatlov Pass incident happened back in 1959. During this era, a mysterious incident had occurred that still inspires fear and curiosity in the modern day. Known as the Dyatlov Pass incident, 9 ski hikers went up into the northern Ural Mountains between the 1st and 2nd of February, and this was in the hopes of conquering the area that was feared by the locals due to superstitions and strange rumours. These hikers hoped that by exploring the region, it would put to rest any worries that the locals had, and they hoped that by doing this it would pave the way for new hikers to visit the area and enjoy the scenic beauty of the region. Unfortunately, this decision would do the complete opposite, and would lead to the passing of the 9 highly trained and experienced hikers, and would solidify the superstitiousness of the area, with locals warning that the area is cursed and that people should stay away. On the 26th of February, a rescue team had discovered the group's abandoned tent and noticed that it had been badly damaged. But the sight seemed perplexing, as it became apparent that the tent was cut open from the inside, as if the group had begun panicking and cut through the tent in an effort to get away from something that was attacking them. The bodies of each of the individuals in the group were found in a nearby ravine, and this was after following their tracks in the snow, which only led to more mysteries, as the majority of the bodies recovered were dressed only in their underwear, as if they'd run out into the darkness of the snow without first getting dressed, and then presumably froze to death. It wasn't until the individuals were taken in and were subjected to tests that small details started to emerge that would cause some to question what really happened. Some experts who have studied the event have said that one thing that stands out, and that's barely mentioned, is the increased levels of radiation. When experts found out that increased levels of radioactivity were found on 2 of the victims' clothing, not much was said about it, with some amateur researchers saying that these details came up during the initial investigations, but that no one really seemed to dig any deeper to see what could have caused them. One question that's been put forward was that if the team were hit by an avalanche, then where did these elevated levels of radioactivity come from? Why has it not been investigated further? And why do many researchers fail to mention this in their findings? The fact that the case was closed by the Soviet Union, and even labelled as top secret, is a tad suspicious, which is why some people have suggested that they may have been involved in one way or another, maybe by accident, and when finding out about these small details they may have wanted to keep this between a selected few. Those who've gone on to question where this came from though have been given a blunt response, and that's that the radiation levels came from a nearby lantern. Others have theorised that radioactive materials were being taken throughout that particular region, and because it was a region that not many people went through, this would have been a good region to travel through without being detected. One of the problems that researchers have faced is that a lot of the details of the initial search are missing, and because no one survived, it's hard to piece together what truly happened. One early study reads as follows: while hypothermia was determined to be the main cause of their passing, 4 hikers had severe thorax or skull injuries, 2 were found with missing eyes, and 1 without a tongue. Some had no clothes on, some were barefoot, and 1 had a and traces of radioactivity were found on some of their clothes, with locals reporting that signs of glowing orange spheres floating in the sky were seen that night. The glowing orange spheres have only caused various other theories to be put forward, from unidentified flying objects seen above the area to the military carrying out tests. Interestingly, when you start looking into the history of the area, it was reported that there hadn't been an avalanche before, with locals and those who visited the region saying that there's no history of avalanches that have been recorded, and certainly nothing that could have caused humans any harm. Also, if there was an avalanche in the region, it would have happened at the exact point that the hikers were staying at, something that seems very unlikely. Another point is that when investigators started to look into possible causes, they found no evidence of there being an avalanche during the period in which the hikers were on the mountain, and that the injuries the hikers sustained didn't line up with this theory. With this news, it's made some put forward the idea of a cover-up, and this has brought in a wave of new theories. As mentioned earlier, fast forward to the present day, and researchers from the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology have said they've cracked what happened. After creating different models and scenarios, the team said that what most likely happened was the team caused a cut in the snow, and this was while they were settling down for camp. This in turn flattened a small section of the surface to form, and they described this as a shoulder. The scientists said though that this was where they made a fatal error. Creating this shoulder led to it creating an avalanche, the thing they said eventually caused their demise. Again though, this theory is still disputed by many. So what do you make of the Dyatlov Pass incident? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.